And welcome to Upon Further Review. I'm Josh Aubrey. Plenty to get to in this week's show, which includes a battle of the borough as the Southeast Bulloch Yellow Jackets and the Statesboro Blue Devils go up against each other at Paulson Stadium as part of the Russell Classic. That game, the second of two, going on this Saturday at Paulson Stadium. Effingham County playing Burke the game before that, starting at 6 o'clock. As for our other teams, Bulloch Academy and Portal both trying to remain undefeated after opening game wins, opening season wins coming up this last Friday. The Bulloch Academy Gators will be home Friday night at 7:30 as they'll be taking on Augusta Christian, and the Portal Panthers home Friday night at 7:30 as well as they'll be hosting Twigs. Other action to get to and bring you this week, the Georgia Southern Eagles held their second and final scrimmage of the preseason, and from now on they'll be preparing for their season opener September 2nd against the Citadel. We had a chance to talk with Eagle head coach Clay Helton about how he felt the scrimmage went, and also we hear from Jalen White as he is trying to get back into the lineup after missing the last couple games of the season last year with a knee injury. All that and more coming up on Upon Further Review. Reminder before we go to break, hopefully you'll never be in an accident, but if so, please give our friends at the Sullivan Law Firm a call, 912-489-8888, or online at thesullivanlawfirm.com. Cook's Pharmacy, located on Highway 80 East, is family owned and operated by Lynn and Janie McCook, as well as their son, Josh McCook. Serving the Bulloch County area since 2005, McCook's Pharmacy offers fast and friendly service where the customers come first. Vaccinations are available, including shingles, flu, pneumonia, and Tdap. Drive-through service is available with 2 drive-through windows for your convenience. McCook's Pharmacy offers free local deliveries, and new customers are always welcome. Continuing the tradition of our family caring for your family, McCook's Pharmacy, Highway 80 East. Well, the Georgia Southern Eagles had their final scrimmage of the preseason this past weekend, and after the first scrimmage was dominated by the defense, this time around it was the offense putting up 500 yards of offense, including 4 touchdown passes, 3 from the first-string quarterback Davis Brin. 4 different receivers caught touchdown passes, and 7 receivers caught passes overall for over 28 yards. So a nice production by the Eagle offense. We had a chance to talk with Coach Helton about how he felt things went in their final scrimmage.
I thought it was extremely competitive. The kids played fast. Our last opportunity really in a live format to compete before we set service teams, start game planning for the opening ball game against the Citadel. So a great tape evaluation. Basically played a half of football, got in a lot of, the whole thing was tackling, which was great, and just got to get the format of the game under the new rules. Played it exactly like the new first down rules going to be played, and got a feel for that for our kids. So it was really good. Takeaways player-wise, very impressed with the first and second offense, especially quarterback-wise. Protected the ball extremely well. Davis obviously extremely efficient. I think he went like 18 of 21 today. 3 touchdown passes, found his open targets and made the most of it. Really didn't force the ball. And JC, same thing. Didn't force the ball, but allowed it to move and played within the system. So it was a good day. Usually defense starts out fast and the offense has got to catch up. But that's the way it was today. Offensively, I thought it was a good day and where we need to be. The players were the players. Jalen White obviously had a short stint there, but just to have the chance to see him back and see him live and see what he can do, really kind of the first time we've had 2, and Derwin and Caleb out there together and having the opportunity to get in flow with them. I thought they did a really, really nice job. Offensive line-wise, it's really nice. While Chandler's been out, I've been extremely impressed with Pishon going in at the center position, and really if that happened in a real game, I don't feel any fall off. So that's been a great. Defensively, TJ Smith has been lights out on defense. Marin Kadri playing really good football, and Mark Stampley going into his second year. I mean, he's become a really valuable asset for us. But it's going to be neat to watch this tape and be able to see others shine. There were a lot of them out there today.
Well, one player looking to rebound from an injury from last season is Jalen White. He had over 100 yards rushing in the first half of the game against Marshall, and then early in the third quarter went out with a knee injury and missed the last 2 games of the season. Finished the year with just over 900 yards rushing. He's looking for another big year this season. We had a chance to talk to him about how he's feeling.
No, it was a terrible feeling because since I've been in college, I felt that was my best season, and then that game specifically, I thought that was my best game I was playing, and I got hurt the first drive of the third quarter, so when it all just ended so abruptly, I was like, dang, and they told me what it could be, and I was like, I know I'm probably gonna have to do some rehab and gonna take a few steps back, but I feel like God has a plan for everything, and it all happened for a reason. It's never good when you're away from the game for any period of time at all, so it just feels good to be back here with my guys, celebrate every day, make the most out of every moment. I always want to be out there. I think the coaches know pretty well that I ain't happy when they tell me I'm gonna be restricted for the day, but I get it. They looking out for me and they want what's best for me. And I get it. They don't want to put too much wear and tear on my body. So at the end of the day, I understand. But I always want to be out there, no doubt. I've been feeling good. Yeah, I make sure I stay in the training room, and then when I come out here, I always feel pretty good. And I just make sure I stretch, keep my mobility right and everything. So yeah, I feel pretty good.
And stay with us. Coming up next, we'll get into some high school football previews.
This is Paul Newman with Statesboro Real Estate. Have you been on the sidelines? Well, now is the time to list your house. Let's GATA and get after those assets.
It's now time for our Athletes of the Week, brought to you by Morris Bank.
Owning a small business is kind of a big deal. State Farm agents can help you find the right insurance coverage at the right price.
Call State Farm agent Matthew Tyson in Statesboro today.
Well, the Statesboro Blue Devils took it on the chin in their season opener, Matt Dobson's first game as a head coach. Some positives to take away from their loss to Glenn Academy is the fact that the defense from Statesboro High only gave up 1 touchdown in the game and looked pretty sharp. The Statesboro outgained Glenn overall on their offense by a few yards, but the problem was each team had 5 turnovers. The Blue Devils had them in some unfortunate situations in that they were close, and on one of the interceptions ended up leading to a touchdown pick 6 for Glenn Academy. Head coach Matt Dobson and some of the players are feeling much better about this week's matchup with Southeast Bulloch in Paulson Stadium.
Really proud of our guys' effort, the energy they played with, the emotion they played with, and they played to the final whistle. So super proud of our guys. We need to clean up some execution things, and we've identified those things on film and talked with our players about those, and think we will get them cleaned up. But can't say enough about how proud I am of their effort. You better play those type of people when you're in our region, playing Ware County and Coffee County. You want to play good people that are going to show you where you need to get better at. And what I was just proud of is our guys. They belonged on the field with Glenn Academy. We take away 2 plays and make a play or 2 here. We win that football game. And so, our kids just competed incredibly hard. Well, I think when you turn on the film of SEB, I didn't watch a lot of SEB film from last year. I obviously watched the Statesboro game from last year against SEB, but you turn on the film this year, and they are a lot better football team than they were last year. Coach Zito has done a good job changing the offense. I think it fits their personnel really well. Defensively, they do a good job of not giving up big plays. They're very sound. They get to the ball really well. So they're a good football team, but we're excited. Our kids are excited for a rivalry game. I think that's what high school football is all about. It's rivalry games. Every school needs a rival, and so excited for our kids to get to play this game and do it on a big stage like at Paulson Stadium. Yeah, I'm excited. Obviously, I got a lot of great memories there, and hope to make some more good memories Saturday night. But most excited for our kids to get to play in a cool environment. Obviously, a lot of our kids have been to Georgia Southern games throughout their lives, and so for them to get to play on that field, and there's going to be a lot of Bulloch County is going to be there on Saturday night, and so it's a really cool deal for our kids, and thankful that we get to experience it on Saturday night, and hopefully create some good memories together.
we got to execute better. We went down the field a couple times. We were supposed to score. We didn't score. We should have had that. Would have gave us the momentum to turn things around, and maybe it would a better outcome. We feeling great right now. We're gonna practice. We're gonna fix the mistakes we had from last week's game, and hopefully come out better Saturday and win the game.
Friday, we was hurt. Defense went out there and did their thing. And, you know, offense had a rough game, but defense had their back still, because we all still a team. Defensively, I felt like we did well stopping their run game, because up the middle, yeah, we was doing our part. Everybody had their part to play, and we did it. We could work on a few things, though, on defense. We all excited for that game, because, you know, it's a rivalry game. So, and we all know each other, and we grew up playing with each other, so we all just ready for that game, see how the outcome is.
The Southeast Bulloch segment of our show is brought to you in part thanks to Bulloch Solutions. Visit them at bulloch.solutions to find out how they can connect you to the highest speeds for all your technology needs. For the Southeast Bulloch Yellow Jackets, they're hoping to carry the momentum from their 21-0 victory on the road at Liberty County into their game this week with Statesboro High. The Yellow Jackets were beaten up pretty badly last year as part of the Irk Russell Classic and are looking to have a lot better showing this time around. I had a chance to talk with head coach Jared Zito and a few of the players about the win over Liberty and how they're feeling about the game with Statesboro.
Really proud of our defense. Thought we were really fundamentally as good as we've been maybe since I've been here, in terms of playing with leverage and playing the right gap, doing our responsibility. Played great team defense. Thought Coach Anthony and our defensive staff have done a great job. Our kids have bought into that. Offensively, we were hit and miss. When we were hit, it looked really good, like it's supposed to look. When it was miss, it gets a little sloppy. Some of that had to do with Liberty kind of. They were just throwing out a bunch of stuff at us that it's hard to prepare for. It's year 2 of the Statesboro game, Irk Russell Classic. I was excited to play in it. Hope we show up this year. Last year, Statesboro really got the better end of the deal. I thought they probably played one of their best games of the year, and we probably played one of our worst. And so we've challenged our kids this year and reminded them of that score and what went on that night. And this is a different group, but we got a lot of grit, a lot of toughness. Our kids are real competitive, and so. Look forward to the challenge. Rival school. It can't be. There's an old saying: can't be a rival until the other side wins too. So, we want to create a rivalry this Saturday, and hopefully carries that into our bye week. Well, I think they're talented. They've been talented. So I think they get the edge there a little bit in terms of speed and maybe even some size. I think offensively, it starts with Cam Michael. It doesn't matter where he plays. We better find him and try to at least limit him at best we can. I don't know that you stop a kid of that ability and speed. I think they do a good job with their RPOs. The quarterback, if he can sit in there, if Jan can sit in there and be comfortable, he can throw it with the best of them. So we got to do a good job there in terms of matching up and bringing him a little bit of pressure. Defensively, they've kind of gone to a 3-4 look, really active at the outside linebacker position and both inside linebackers. I'd say their linebacking core is their strength of their defense right now. Just got to make sure we do a good job and take care of the ball. Can't put the ball down on the ground, whether it's quarterback center exchange or running back quarterback exchange. That'd be the big key for us versus these guys this week.
Feeling pretty good. Hope that we can keep doing what we keep doing. And season looks great so far. It was not a good game last year, but this year it looks pretty good on how it should come out. So really prepared for that. I know on defense we're keeping outside leverage a lot. We got our backers coming down, filling every hole. So it's real fast D. I mean, as long as it's fast, it's always going to be physical.
Really, it's just defense is on point. Just keep executing and doing great. Offense, it's just little things, really. Little things is what keeping us from doing great. Just ready. We hate last year. It's a new year. It was. We're ready.
The Bulloch Academy segment is brought to you in part thanks to Floors Outlet of Statesboro, located on Northside Drive. Come by and visit Mo for all your floor covering needs. The Bulloch Academy Gators coming off a victory on the road at Tifdaria, where things were looking good on both sides of the ball. Head coach Aaron Phillips and some of the players, we had a chance to talk with them earlier in the week about how they felt the offense and defense looked this past week on the road against Tifdaria, and their home opener coming up this Friday against Twigs.
We didn't come out as sharp as I'd like in the first quarter. We had the ball inside the 10 twice and didn't score. From the second quarter on, I thought we played really well. We were +4 in the turnover. We had 3 interceptions and a fumble recovery. Once we kind of made an adjustment here, there, yonder, some formation stuff, we were able to run our offense very well. I mean, scoring 5 possessions in a row is pretty good. Now Tifdaria is much improved from last year. And they're gonna win some ball games in AAA, but anytime you can beat an Eric Soliday coach team, you've done a good job. He's gonna be a Hall of Famer if he's not already a Hall of Famer in Georgia. When we get Augusta Christian, who's a very good opponent, they got a transfer in from Cedar Grove High School, wide receiver, who's committed to Florida State. He's one of the top athletes in the class of 2026. Having to come up with ways to be creative just to stop him a little bit. Quarterback's a transfer from Greenbrier who he's a 6'4" kid who throws it pretty well. We feel like we're going to be able to run our offense and have some success, whether defensively this week it'll be tough. They have a couple of athletes that are pretty good, but we faced some pretty good athletes in Jenkins and Portal, and for the most part we were able to hold our own, so hopefully, the more we get into the season, the better that we get at that. So it's exciting to be here Friday night. We're kind of chomping at the bit a little bit.
My thoughts on the game, I think we did pretty good. First half we came out pretty slow, and Coach gave us a halftime speech, and we know we had to pick it up if we wanted to start off the season 1-0. So I feel like we picked it up, and we started off the season pretty good. I definitely feel like we're going to continue to get better. Our running game is definitely there. Get a little passing in there. I think we'll execute well, and I think it'll definitely benefit us.
One thing I think we improved on is definitely our blocking. We've been able to execute our blocks, and that helps us score. Yeah, I'm pretty happy about how we did. Like Mar said, we came out a little flat first half, but picked it up. Yeah, I'm glad we got a start of 1-0. We're trying to get that undefeated season. Feel excited. I love playing here, Gator Alley. We're gonna have more people here, of course. I love playing in front of all the fans and stuff.
As for the Portal Panthers, they are looking to go 2-0 on the season. Last week they were able to shut out Hawkinsville. This week they've got Twigs coming up 7:30 at the Portal Athletic Complex Friday night. That'll wrap things up for now. We thank you for joining us. Hope to see you again next week.